In 30 days, you will see a difference in losing those extra kilos that you're holding on to right now, but that is only if you try this. Well, today, let's talk about something that is losing your stubborn belly fat. And you know what? I have been watching people around me in the gym, my friends too, they struggle with their weight and they're holding on to that fat for way too long. And honestly, it's not just about looking good anymore. And I'm sure when you must have visited or you went to the doctor last month or whenever you have, you must have mentioned that either your blood pressure is too high, you have a fatty liver situation, your cholesterol is off the charts. So honestly, I feel that I need to make this video and we really need to have a conversation on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to sugarcoat any of this information, but carrying that extra weight that you are right now is literally your body sending you a warning signal and you are ignoring it. And every doctor, if you've gone, will always tell you the same thing. Lose the weight first or lose a few kilos and then maybe come back to me and then we'll have a chat or we'll talk about everything else. Well, he's absolutely right. Because here is the crazy part. Now, when you fix the weight loss, most of your health issues that you are facing with right now will disappear. So what I've done is I've put together this plan that actually works, but only if you follow it. And don't worry, it is not some crazy starvation diet that you're thinking of, but it's something that will actually work and you can stick with it for a month to start with, and you will see real results. Now, here's why it works. Now, your body is like a bank account. All that stored fat, well, that is your savings. But if you keep depositing more food every day without ever making any withdrawals, well, that is bad for you. Well, if it's money, it's really good, but if it's fat, well, you need to make those withdrawals. And this plan creates a situation where your body will finally use or start using those fat stores for energy. But it's not just about eating less. The type of food you eat completely changes how your body will respond to burning fat. Some food will literally tell your body, okay, you need to start burning fat, while others will tell your body that, okay, wait, we need to store more. And guess which ones we are going to focus on? Let's build the foundation. Now, this is going to be the most important thing. Firstly, starts with your morning routine, and this is non-negotiable. First thing, when you wake up, I mean, literally the first thing when you wake up, even before brushing your teeth, you're going to drink 2 to 3 glasses of water. And I don't care if you feel like a camel, you're just going to do it. Your metabolism has been asleep for 8 hours, so this is something that will wake your body up. Then spend the next 5 minutes doing Kapalbhati, which is a great breathing exercise, and you can literally Google it up. But please do it because this is the one where you pump your belly really fast and it's amazing. It's also the one that will directly hit that right note to increase your energy and wake up the entire system just in case you're someone who wakes up really tired. And just for 5 minutes, sit wherever you are comfortable, just do 60 breaths per minute. And you can do this even while checking your phone if you honestly want. But really, don't do it. I'm just kidding. Respect it and be more present doing it. But just do it for just 5 minutes. 30 minutes before your breakfast, you need to drink something that would kickstart that burning. And even though there are many options, to be honest, to go with, I would say go with the very old option, which is lemon water. You can add a little bit of salt and pepper to enhance the taste. But just make sure that you don't add any sugar in it. Now, once you're done with that, let's jump on to breakfast. Now, this will change everything. Take mung sprouts, add some chopped onions, tomatoes, cucumber, squeeze some lemon, add salt, and even a little bit of coconut oil. And seriously, it tastes better than most salads. And what I'm talking about is sprouts. So just try to have mung sprouts. But if you feel like you're stubborn about sprouts and you don't really like sprouts, well, no problem. Here is another option that, or other options that you can go with. Besan chila with mint chutney. This also is great. You can Google the recipe out. You can also use moong dal if you need. So you can make moong dal chila. And if you are really in a rush, then you can just go for steel cut oats. Just make sure that you just boil them with water and you can add in some fruits with it, like your banana. You can add in some cashews. You can also add in some seeds or you can add in some nuts with it. So mix a blend of your pumpkin seeds, your chia seeds, your sesame seeds. You can even add some flax seeds in it. That combination will really help. Or if you feel that is too much, well, then just go for a big bowl of watermelon. Yes, this is a hydration trick. and you can go with it because watermelon is filled with water, good nutrients, and tons of fiber. And in case you feel like having anything like your tea or coffee, avoid having anything that is an Indian chai, which has milk and sugar in it, coffee, which has again your milk and sugar in it. Even if you're going with black coffee or green tea, just try to avoid them early morning because of that caffeine. You don't really want to get dehydrated. So just try to avoid that. But just in case you're feeling like having those teas, just make sure that you're having it after your breakfast. But let's say you're someone like me who doesn't like to wake up and immediately eat, then well, you can just take that break and directly go in for lunch. 1 hour after your breakfast, when you still start feeling hungry, well, sit and wait till that feeling goes away. Most of the time, you're not hungry because that feeling is pretty normal. Most of the time, you are dehydrated. So, drink 1 2 glasses of water and just watch that hunger disappear. And if you want, you can also go at that point of time with some herbal tea. And again, as I said, not the Indian chai or the coffee with milk and sugar or even the black coffee. They will dehydrate you further and they will cause those insulin spikes to go up and they will just change the way your cravings go further. So just avoid them at all costs and trust me on this. Now, lunch. Here's where we make the big change always. Always start with a salad, raw vegetables first, then you can go for the main course. But just in case you can't have your raw vegetables, just make sure you saute some vegetables that you have and have it first before you have your main meal. There's actual science behind this, so trust me on this as well. Now, here's where you might hate me because no wheat, no white rice for a month, and I'm not even sorry. So before you decide to throw your phone at me, listen, I also do have an option. If you love rice, well, go for matta rice that most people in the south of India generally eat, which has the bran, or you can go with red rice, but make sure that you're not eating rice like the entire plate and just eating it in a small cup, pretty much like how the Japanese eat. Alternatively, you can also eat the way our grandparents ate. So you have barnyard millet, you have little millet, you have kodo millet. Most of them are nowadays available very easily on Amazon and they have like thousands of reviews, so you can just go for them. These have the lowest impact on your sugar in the body and also have the highest fiber. So you can just soak them pretty much like rice and cook them also like rice. So if you like rajma, you can have rajma with millets, or you can have with matta rice instead of your white rice. You can also have your chole with millets or your matta rice. And the same thing with any dal or vegetable with or millets or any of these rices. But if you're someone who really likes roti and you need to have roti, like it's a must thing for you, avoid the wheat rotis and go for the alternate options. So you can make your roti with ragi, you can make it with jawar flour, or even make it with barley flour and mix the flour with boiling water first because apparently this makes the rotiers much more softer. So you can go with these, but just try and avoid those wheat rotis that are there. Now, evening snacking, the make or the break time. Now, you know how you get those 5 p.m. cravings where people are like, I need to eat something. So instead of you reaching out for your chips or biscuits, you can try for roasted makhana. You can just buy them in bulk and you can roast them with a little bit of coconut oil and spices. So making them at home is so much better than the outside ones. They're crunchy, they're tasty, and also will actually help you lose weight. Or you can just have an apple, or you can just take a handful of nuts like your almonds, walnuts, cashews, and just eat them. And avoid anything apart from these. And even if you feel like having your chai, I'm sorry to say, but that should not be allowed just for these 30 days. Now, dinner, well, this is very crucial, my friend. Dinner by 7 p.m. And I know you're going to tell me, but I get home by 9. Well, then your main meal should happen at least before 7 p.m. And by 9, maybe if you're wanting to have something, then you can have something like a soup. And you have to work with me here because dinner should not really be heavy. It should be pretty much very light, and soups are something that are really perfect. So go for your tomato, mixed vegetable, you can add some tofu in it, anything. And if you're still hungry even after your soup, well, just go for a small bowl of dal and roti and just with a little bit of vegetables. And make sure that that roti is made of your ragi, jawar, barley, but not wheat. Now, week two, let's step it up with the same routine that we're going to follow, but we're going to increase that morning breathing that we are doing to 10 minutes. Now, with that, you're also going to add a 10-minute walk after your breakfast. Try to do it if you can, because it's going to be amazing. And also now try to be a little more precise with your meal timings, because now you have an idea of what you're going to have when, and that routine somewhere is followed. So just try to prep your meals, or just try to follow that meal timing as much as you can, because timing is also very important. Now, the reason you notice these gaps that we have is because you have to understand we are not cows. We don't need to keep on grazing every time because we are not cows. And you have to understand that our body is like a machine, and from time to time it requires rest, which is why you need to understand that this rest helps you control insulin. And if you want to know more about insulin, please do watch my other video, because that will help you understand more about insulin and how it helps you lose weight. Week 3 and 4, you're in the zone now. Now, by now, you'll start seeing changes. Maybe your clothes are getting loose, you will get more energy, and even maybe your sleep is better. Now, this is where we fine tune everything. You have to understand that if you want your body to change, you will also need to make certain changes that are not comfortable. Because if your comfort zone burned that fat, well, we all would be having abs by now. And if you've noticed that 14 to 16 hour gap that we've kept between dinner to breakfast, well, that is where the real fat burning happens. So, eating anything during that time is the stuff you absolutely need to avoid. Now, look, I'm going to be real with you. Firstly, cut out the wheat and white rice completely for a month, which is what I've told you. No processed snacks, no late night munching, no sugary drinks, no alcohol, no smoking. And I know it genuinely sounds tough, but it's just for 30 days. And I think 30 days is something that even you can handle. And what you need to do every single day, well, I'll repeat it. Drink 2 to 3 liters of water. Do that 5 to 10 minutes breathing exercise, which is your Kapalbhati. Eat salad before lunch or sauteed vegetables. Dinner by 7 p.m. and create that fasting window. Oh, and yes, if you want to have snacks, then well, snacks as you know it around 5 p.m. Now, if you follow this, here's what's going to happen. In week 1, you will feel completely different, maybe a bit cranky because your body is trying to adjust, so you have to be patient with it. In week 2, your energy level will go up, your cravings will start reducing because you're avoiding all the processed sugar and everything. Week 3, people will start noticing changes. And week 4, you'll look in the mirror and think that, damn, this actually worked. So week 5 shouldn't be that you start from square one where you go back to eating those crappy foods and bad habits. Just understand that you can have them, but don't make it a habit. But just in case you reach a point where you hit roadblocks, like I'm always hungry, well, drink more water, eat slower, and chew more. That will give your brain a signal that you are full at some point. If you don't have the time, well, prep stuff a night before, eat protein rich food, or just make simple food like just dal chawal. They're very easy to make, so just go for that. Or maybe if you're traveling, then well, just carry roasted makhana, carry some nuts, or maybe some fruit so that you don't end up binge eating on anything that you find right in front of you. If you're going to restaurants, then well, just find restaurants with better options, because we all know that when we crave so much, or we crave a lot of food, or we are really hungry, we just end up eating anything that's right in front of us, no matter how unhealthy it is. And that is because when we are hungry, we can't really make decisions correctly. So, this isn't about you fitting into your old genes. That is not the idea about it. This is about being healthy for you, for your family, and for everyone around you. It's for having the energy to play with your kids if you have them. Well, if you don't have them, and if you're single, well, the energy to maybe travel and do the things that you love, and not really having to worry about your health that every time scares you every few months. And you're always worried about it, well, because I have seen many of my friends who ignore their health until it's almost too late. And if you're not there yet, let's not wait until you are. And understand that this plan works because it's not firstly very extreme, or it's not nonsense. It's very practical. It's based on foods that actually help your body burn fat, and it is something that you can also stick to. The idea is that you just need to be a little more disciplined. And if you follow this as I've laid it out, you can, of course, make a little tweaks around here and there if you need to. And the best part is that your body is incredibly smart. It knows how to heal itself, it also knows how to burn fat very efficiently. We just need to stop fighting it and start working with it. So let me know if you are ready to finally do this in the comments. because I'm here to support you wholly and solely with every step of the way. And I will see you in the next video. And until we meet again next, don't stress and be awesome. Rasha that.